Beginning as rescue and evacuation efforts are ongoing today in an expansive area of southern Ukraine, reminding us how large of a country this is, flooded by the destruction of a major regional dam yesterday, as yet another mass displacement, humanitarian disaster unfolding in the midst of this war. Now, the floodwaters have completely engulfed streets and homes in dozens of communities along the river there and sent residents fleeing. As more than 40,000 people apparently live along this river, facing the dire conditions with thousands of homes destroyed. But here's more from residents.
The situation is literally critical. If the water raises for another meter, we will lose our house. We are moving our stuff now to the neighbors who live on higher ground. They moved and left the house so we can bring our stuff and stay there. We are trying to save our most valuable belongings.
We are flooded up to here, in our apartment in a private house, number 61, over there, halfway through the street. I do not know.
It started in the morning, but what you see here happened about 2-3 hours ago. There are people remaining there.
Of course, the scale of the flood and the scope of the disaster is still being assessed, but resources are completely stretched already across the war-torn countryside, and help for the flood victims, well, it's coming from neighbors, and even those from other countries are involved in the effort.
We are right now in the very center of Kherson. As you can see, the streets are pretty steep, and you can hear in the far away the explosions, and that's how we're trying to save. We need lots of boats to save the people from the apartment buildings there behind. The water is very deep. You can see it's coming to the second floor already. So the boats are very needed. They expect this today to have a peak of the height of water, and then slowly for next week or 10 days maybe the water to go down.
Now, we're not just getting an up-close look in that segment, but we're joined now by that man, Jan Tomas Rogala. He's joining us there, coming to the rescue, project manager at Pomagayam, the charity organization. Thanks for being with us, Jan, if you're with us.
Yeah, hello. Yes, I'm here.
Good to have you. Look, I know you've been making efforts. You're on the road, driving across the country in this area. How bad is it? How many people are you helping? How many people are displaced?
Well, we started in the beginning of war, and we evacuated from especially Donbass and Kharkov and different areas, almost 10,000 people. But it was lots of driving. We did every day 500 to 700 kilometers driving back and forth. Our center is in Dnieper. Therefore, we have shelters for the IDPs. Over 4,000 people were living and still are living in our shelters. Some for just days, some for many months. We help them to be on the way to the west, Western Ukraine or abroad to the countries. Right now, yesterday we saw what's happening, and we jumped into our vans, and we came here. It's 400 kilometers drive, and I came with nothing, with a shorts and t-shirt, and we stayed overnight because it's the closest big city, like 3 hours drive away. And right now we are helping the local organization with transporting people that they are getting on the little blow-up on top like a little boat.
Wow.
And, this is a very slow process, very slow, because, they swim around the buildings, and the water is already to the second floor. So the small one-floor buildings are already overflowed to the attic, and the apartment buildings, already the water is up to the knees or waist in the second floor. But that's for us is actually amazing because those people here, they live through the 10 months or 9 months of occupation. They lived through the war, through the destruction, through the constant bombarding. I mean, you hear the rockets and the artillery hitting the city all the time in the background, from time to time. I look, nobody pays attention. Nobody. This is just like a part of life, boom, boom. I kind of look around and nobody even just, turning their heads or blink their eyes.
Remarkable.
So those people are sitting in those apartment buildings. They are like 5 floor or 9 floor high, and they are surrounded with this flood, but most of them, they don't want to be evacuated. They just they went to the hell already, and for them, this is just another, another catastrophe, another disaster, but it's it's very surprisingly.
Yes.
It's surprising for us. We of course find the people, individual, different, especially they are very concerned about their animals, to save their animals.
Yeah,
and
livelihood.
the elderly,
Yeah.
and the people that are disabled. But like the normal people, healthy people, they just, they say, no, we are fine, don't evacuate, look for the more needy ones.